YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here, and welcome back to a PAX Australia swag haul for 2022. I haven't been to PAX in a couple of years, since 2013, so going back to gaming conventions was obviously very special. Amazing crowd, quite busy as you'd probably expect, but as always with PAX Australia and with most gaming conventions, you manage to pick up quite a bit of swag. So I've got my stuff just off camera to the right of me here, and I'm just going to kind of pick them up and go through one by one what I found. So, first cab off the rank I think is probably the best piece of swag that I picked up. It's a Secret Lab neck pillow for my racing chair. So this will probably replace the one that I've got here, the AK Racing one, because it is a bit bigger and, to be fair, a bit softer and comfier. The quality is much better than the one that I've got on the back of my chair. I've had that one for a couple of years. It's nice, but I think especially when I put my head back, it's not super comfy, that I think this one will be. So yeah, very keen to give this a go. You'd expect that I would have bought this, but no, it was just chucked out into the crowd at the M-Wave booth. So really, really cool piece. Those crowds do get super violent, but if you can survive it, well worth it for the piece of swag. Next up is a couple of pieces actually, and these both came from the JBL booth. They were giving out little bags, so if you filled in your details, they'd give you like a little swag bag, follow them on socials sort of thing. First thing that we got, nice little RGB sort of light stick. I probably won't use this for the most part. I might use it as like a little background lighting piece, as you can kind of see just to the back right corner there, back left corner for me. We've got a new LED RGB light, so that'll be in the background of videos. Nice little ambient piece, nice piece for the office as well. And also in that JBL bag, we got these hats. I realized that they were giving out orange bucket hats in the other bags. I got the other bag, I guess, and in it was a hat, so I don't think this will fit on while I'm wearing my headphones, so might have to put that one to the side, but super handy given the summer's coming up right around the corner. Western Digital, while we were waiting in queue, they had like a little claw machine. That seemed to be the game of choice at all of these vendors, either a claw machine or a spin the wheel type deal. Just for showing up at the Western Digital booth, they gave out these little, you could either pick a beach ball or this little case, and inside the case it's actually pretty nifty. I think it's space for like little SD cards type thing, which is pretty nice. So a good one to put in the camera bag sort of thing, have like as a little holder for different accessories. Kraken Power, little power bank. These never go too far astray, so super handy if you go to any of these conventions. I had my little Belkin power bank. This one's not too big, it's a 5,000 milliamp hour. I think the one that I took on the weekend was 15,000. So a little bit more juice, but definitely great if you're going to one of these conventions. They didn't give the cable for it, but I assume if you want to focus, if you have, you most likely have one of these little cords to charge it up anyway, because it's out of juice, so they came fresh out the bag. At that booth, they actually had some really, really good prizes if you played the pinball. You could get a mouse bungee from Razer or a Razer keyboard, so both very good options. Obviously, I wasn't fortunate enough to get any of those, but hey, not a bad little consolation prize. Street Fighter, that's probably the next biggest thing on the agenda. It was one of the biggest games showings at PAX Aus. Obviously there was Final Fantasy Online, there was Sonic Frontiers, and Street Fighter were among the biggest. Given that we were missing some of the bigger names this year, like Alienware, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, so this is probably the next best thing. Played it, got absolutely destroyed by Sweat, who flawless victoried me 3 games in a row. So that was my experience of Street Fighter 6, so given that I didn't walk away with any pride, I had to take at least a sticker, so that's not bad. On the same trail of stickers, Intel had another claw machine, surprise, surprise, and they gave out a couple of little things. You could either win socks from their booth, you could win a little Chippy, so Chippy is their kind of mascot character, or stickers. Obviously the stickers weren't winnable in the claw machine. I showed up to this at the end of the day, and they kind of said, hey, here's like a nice little consolation piece that you can walk away with anyway, because I said that I wasn't showing up on Sunday. A little bit of a white lie. I did. I was hoping that they'd give away the plushies or the socks, because they were putting them away for the night. Weird, because they took them out of the claw machine. Yeah, very cool. Nice little stickers. Probably chuck those on my computer case or laptop or something of the sort. Western Digital, same as the little case. They were also giving out these little back of the phone wallet type sticky things that have a little 3M stick on the back. I have a pop socket on the back of my phone, so it doesn't have much room for this little thing. So that's probably going to be a nice little donation piece. If you want it and you live in Melbourne, feel free to come grab it. Now, I said Microsoft didn't have much of a showing. They didn't. They were part of another booth, I believe. It was Legion's booth. So Legion actually gave out a couple of cool things. They had a running coconut water stand, which was fantastic, as part of like a Sea of Thieves type thing. I have one can left. It's the Cocoa Coast Passion Fruit coconut water. I tried all of their flavors except for lychee over the weekend. The watermelon one tasted like jelly. Really weird consistency, kind of thick, very sweet. The regular coconut water, and of course passion fruit, which I am yet to try, but if it's anything like watermelon, I think I'm gonna have to give it a pass. Also at that booth, they were giving out little bags, which is cool. And inside these little bags is a reusable straw. Obviously I already have a straw that I use at home, but this one's a nice little one that I'm going to take into the office just because it's nice to have, sort of things, save the whales, turtles, that sort of thing. And it's also got the, I'm going to have to swatch this, but the Legion branding on it, if you can see that right there. So nice little pickup there, definitely something that I'll be keeping with me. Fortress, so if you're in Australia, you might know of this place. We've got one in Melbourne, there's one popping up in Sydney very shortly, but Fortress essentially is a esports gaming bar. They also have lounges, so you can do console play. There's live esports events there from time to time, so this is a cool one. 2 hours of free PC play. Swatch it again. There you go. I won't show you the code on the back because I will be using that next weekend when my friend comes into town. Kingston Fury, little travel bag, I guess you could call it. Just a little mesh storage bag. It's also from the same booth that gave out that power bank, so nice little prize again. Cool little light carry piece to take for traveling or something like that. Super handy. At the M-Wave booth as well, where I got my Secret Lab neck pillow, they were giving out a bunch of COVID face masks, which is pretty handy as well, because I still use these from time to time when I travel, and for work, it's just convenient to have a nice little safety piece. Saves me from going out and buying one. Lanyard, so this was the PAX Aus lanyard for the year. It's got a couple of different sponsors on there. So AMD, ROG, PAX. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. As you can see here, it's like, it struggled to unclip that first time, but you know, nice little souvenir piece. I think I still have my one from 2013, which is covered in pins, so pretty cool. Now onto some stuff which I always need, t-shirts. Got 2 of them. I got this one with Mini Republic of Gamers and a brand by Patrick, Los Angeles. So obviously haven't worn this one yet. It's a 100% polyester, or 50% polyester, 30% cotton. So little poly cotton blend t-shirt. So actually not bad from what I can tell. Nice little branding, very simple shirt. Might be a good one to wear like the F1 or something for next year. Happy with that. I also got another t-shirt here from a company called Circles Life. So it's a telco. They had the best terms of booth setup with interaction and things to do to win your prize. You'd essentially do a 5-pin bowling in this little setup. I don't have a picture of it. If I do, I'll edit one in. But nice little t-shirts that they gave away as part of it. So Team Circles. I picked a large for this one. Just because I like a bit of a comfier fit, and they've got these little mascots on the back. Untelco yourself. So they also gave out little SIM cards and that sort of thing, but I'm locked into a contract, so sadly not. Back with JBL Quantum. Should have organized this a bit better in terms of what I went through first, but JBL Quantum, got a couple of stickers here. These are also in that little bag that I was talking about. And 2 stickers even. And here's that little bag that I mentioned before, so just a little drawstring bag. Nothing special. But again, nice to have. Nice light bag, so you can take it to gym or something like that, just to carry things around. Now, I won't show the front side of this just because it's got a picture of both me and my girlfriend, and just for privacy reasons, gonna keep that safe, but Aftershock actually did these little things. So as you can kind of see here, on the other side, it's got a picture. So you just had to send your picture to them via Instagram or Facebook, and they would get it printed for you, which is pretty nice. So it's gonna go on my keychain. And very cute little piece. Didn't cost anything either, so I would have definitely paid money for that because it's a nice piece. And finally, last little bit of a goodie bag, Amazon Prime Video. So they had a couple of cool little installations for this. I'll try to chuck some footage up on screen. If you haven't seen it, it's also on my TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok now. Chuck that somewhere at the bottom of the screen. But essentially they had 3 different displays for 3 of their sort of premiere shows. They had one for the boys, which was a little puzzle solving thing that you had to do. Very, very easy puzzle. When I say puzzle, it was literally just trivia from the show, and related to a character. Open up the character's panel on the wall, and you'd essentially just open the corresponding lock number of which panel they were. So very, very easy. But they also had Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power outfits. These weren't replicas, they were the actual outfits from the show, so very, very cool indeed. They were actually being flown back to be used for the new season after Sunday night, so that's a cool little trick? Piece of intel? Definitely not trick. Piece of intel is what we're going to go with. And they had one for Jack Ryan, so again, like a little photo op, and then a puzzle and a Nerf blaster thing. My Nerf blaster sucked. I think just because people had been using those bullets and they'd been kind of destroyed over the course of the weekend. It's really sad. I'll chuck the clip up for that one too. But essentially the first bullet just fell out of the gun when I tipped it forward, and they kept trying to give me different Nerf blasters to try again, and it didn't work. But as part of Amazon, and for going to each of the booths, they gave pins out, which I thought was pretty cool and very on theme with PAX and Penny Arcade. So I got this one for the boys. Might have to swatch again. Oh, actually, no, it's gonna work. So as you can see there, it's a Billy Butcher, the boys pin. For Jack Ryan, it was a little, what looks to be, helicopter. I haven't watched the show, so I can't give a whole lot of detail on what this is, but not bad. And the best pin of the event was definitely the Lord of the Rings Rings of Power pin. Really nice enamel pin. Again, don't know where I'd put that, but it's a nice little collectible piece. So, as you can see, I kind of didn't collect a whole lot at the show. If I'd stood around at some of the booths and tried a bit harder, or waited around until the end of the show, I'm sure I could have collected a lot more. But again, I'm pretty happy with what I picked up, and because I know my girlfriend kind of would have killed me if I brought home too much junk, so I think that's kind of the right amount. Some of that will be given away, donated sort of thing, because they don't work for me, especially like that Western Digital wallet thing that goes on your phone. But overall, pretty good experience at PAX Aus. Cool little bits of swag. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like or comment down below, as it really does help the channel grow. And if you've missed it, I've got 2 other videos from PAX with cosplay and a show floor supercut, so be sure to check those out. And if there's nothing else, I'll see you later.
Tap the bell icon after subscribing and you'll never miss a video again. And consider checking out my Facebook page as well for daily gaming updates and news. Thanks guys.